Oh, wow.
All right, here we go. Now we should be live. Hey,
I
look.
feel left out.
Wait, why is my display
Right.
not? There it goes.
Because
There it
they have
goes.
shirts and we don't.
There we go. All right, guys. Welcome to the meeting. We actually are missing 3 people. One who's... I have no idea what it's doing. Anyway, we're missing 3 people this time. Jeff, who's on vacation. Jim is actually at work. And Keith is at work. So we'll see. You know, it's going to end up being with just us this time. So, but guys, got Adrian here. I've got William over here. And as you all can see, we are all wearing our S.P.I shirts.
Nice.
So, Chrissy, I've got to work on getting yours and Jack's.
I'm wearing black. Ain't like the normal ghost hunting color.
No,
You're not a member.
Anyway,
You're just
so guys,
today.
and guys, as you can actually see, we do actually have a guest with us today. This is Draco.
Hello.
He actually is joining us. He actually does have some experiences that he said he wanted to talk about, but also because he actually has some questions about the whole paranormal investigation, aka what people call ghost hunting. Don't get it confused. Ghost hunting is where you literally, you're dabbling, you go looking for them for no apparent reason. Paranormal investigators, such as ourselves, we normally go in and we go in to help people to figure out what is going on and what way we can help them get rid of what's going on, or if they want to have it stay around. So, with that being said, Draco, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Let's just go ahead and start off real quick. What questions do you have?
I mean, you saw one question I asked you yesterday, and I kind of answered it for you. There's this one method I've been seeing a lot of other investigators use called the Estes method. It's basically you put on a headset, you blindfold yourself, you have a spirit box, and you're just sitting there listening to whatever comes through. You can't hear anybody else asking questions. So I don't know how accurate it could be, or...
Yeah, it's also known as what's called sensory deprivation.
Yeah.
It actually is a technique that is actually more modernly used lately with paranormal investigators than it was before due to research purposes. So it's just kind of one of those things that it just kind of happens. Guys, I'm going to have to move... Oh, it's not doing it on the stream? Okay, never mind. Okay, it's just my TV. Okay. But yeah, it's more frequently used now with paranormal investigators due to the reason that they want to have more on the research and confirmation sides of things, to see if it's more resourceful and more beneficial to do something of the sort, maybe heighten the senses of somebody. It's not confirmed. Okay, it's definitely not a confirmed, proven method that it works. It is something that I do want to try. Like I've been watching it. Adrian wants to try it. It is something that I would be willing to try during an investigation. I have also, with different things, Draco, there have been things like where I have sat in a completely dark room, no flashlights, just a K2 meter and a recorder, and I have sat in a room in the complete dark. You couldn't even see your hand in front of your face. And sat in there for 20, 30, 40 minutes by myself, asking questions, waiting on things to see if anything happens. It is kind of more of a sensory deprivation because you can't see. So you're relying on your feeling, and you're relying on your sensitivity and your hearing versus being able to see. Mm-hmm. So it kind of takes away the experience of you having your visual sensory, and it allows you to use other senses in the moment.
And that's what intrigues me about a lot of the stuff I've seen lately. It's more experimenting and trying to see what you can get. Because I don't want to say I believe that actually works until I actually do it myself.
That's fair.
Which, I watch it and I enjoy watching it, and it's interesting, but I don't want to say, oh yeah, it's accurate or it's real. I want to do it myself.
Right. No, I totally understand that. Another thing that you can also do is you can actually, instead of like like we're talking sensory deprivation, you can blindfold yourself, put headphones on, or what you can just do is if you're say like if you do like what me and Adrian have done, where we've done what they call live EVP sessions, where you're relying specifically on your hearing and a device that actually has what they call live listening on it. Adrian and I both actually have recorders that have live listening already like kind of tied into the software and into the hardware of the recorder. So all you have to do is plug in like your headphones or earbuds or whatever, and you put them on or put your earbuds in, and you can actually, while you're doing an investigation, you can actually be live listening and seeing if you can actually hear EVPs.
That's one thing I want to try here at my own place, because ever since I've moved into this trailer, at first I'm like, oh, it's just new place. Everybody has that feeling in a new place. You're there, and it's just a weird thing.
Right.
But I've been here for a year, gotten used to it. But it has a weird feeling that there is something here, but I can't describe that feeling. It doesn't feel malevolent. It doesn't feel. And I've had experiences here. It's just not a whole lot.
Right.
Like my chair being pushed is one thing, which it could have just been me moving, but I know I was sitting still.
So here is the recorder that Adrian has. I actually have two white ones. Mine are actually a little bit longer. Mine are about down to here. But these actually have capability of live listening. All you got to do is plug in the headset or your headphones or your earbuds or whatever, plug them into here. And the three microphones are actually sensitive. There's a straight out microphone and then the two angled ones out to the side. And this actually does work. I have actually, on my recorder, heard a live actual EVP in the midst of an investigation. We actually have proof of that not only on my audio, but we also have proof of it on video.
That's awesome.
Like I literally you hear the EVP, and then you hear me go, "What was that?" Like you saw me turn my head and ask, "What was that?" It's captured not only on audio, but it's also visually captured as well. But this is actually a digital recorder from S.P.I. You can get them on Amazon. They're anywhere between like $25. You can get them all the way. They're almost out of stock, but yeah, you can get them all the way up to like $200, depending on the what capabilities you want to have and how much space you want to have on it and whatnot. So I actually like my S.P.I. They're really, really great. So like if you want to do something like that, you can do that. But what I would do first is I would actually go and kind of do research into the paranormal before actually going and listening into like trying to get EVPs and stuff, because what can actually happen is you can actually open yourself up to it and actually cause attachments. So do your research first, watch how people do it, and so I would just kind of look into it first before thinking about trying to do a live EVP session and all of that before trying to open yourself up.
That's one thing I always want to do is make sure I'm not bringing anything in that I don't want in. If that makes sense. Like, I ain't gonna try and do something. Like, one night I had an instance where I had to, because it just happened. Like, it just was there, and then I had to try to do something. And then when I didn't get anything, I was just like, okay, I'll stop it there, because I ain't gonna continue without knowing completely what I'm supposed to do.
Right. And by the way, hang on just a second, Chrissy, does Sarah have a red shirt on?
No, I think what color shirt does Sarah have on right now? Black, isn't it?
I think so.
Why? Huh?
Who all's at the house at the moment?
That would be my grandmother, me, Sarah, and Jack.
Because I keep.
There's an adult figure with milk past that door.
God damn.
Did you hear that?
Mm-mm.
Okay, there has been a red adult figure in a red shirt walk past your doorway multiple times.
What color shirt is Nanny wearing? Can you go look?
I'll go look.
I've been watching. I haven't seen anything.
I did.
you
I
happen to see
saw
her
it.
color?
No,
Adrian, she can't hear you. No,
I need to try and see if I can fix it on my phone. Corey's TV's glitching out real bad, so it literally chops it off. But I'm sure if we went back to the live, we could
That would be a maroon color.
That must be only on y'all's because I'm not seeing anything on mine.
It's my TV. The refresh hertz rate's freaking out because I'm capturing my my TV screen instead of my computer monitor or my laptop screen, so it's freaking out. But it's not capturing it on the live stream, so everything looks good on the live stream. But anyway,
on the live stream, it would have walked high. But
I did not hear Adrian.
he's just saying that it like the screen looks like it's chopping across, but in like on the normal side of the live stream, it would have just looked like a normal walk across the screen.
It's probably my grandmother. She's got like a maroon colored shirt, but with the shadows and stuff where there's not any lights on out there, it may look more red than maroon.
That's fair. That's fair.
So,
But yeah, so
and I guess Sarah could look like an adult.
I mean, she is taller than you.
Shut it.
I wasn't gonna say that.
I wasn't either.
Yeah.
Listen, y'all was thinking it, but I'm the one that said it.
I wasn't gonna say it because I have met Sarah and yes, she is taller than her mother. Anywho, and way, Chrissy, Jack, y'all have anything y'all want to add?
You go first.
The only thing I have to add, I think Kilroy might be back
Oh boy.
Oh,
because I started hearing the knocking again.
Neat.
Or maybe he just followed Jack.
No, this was last night.
Oh.
So I think Kilroy might be tired of hearing Jack complain about his teeth.
probably. Two wisdom teeth will do that to you.
Yeah.
Chrissy, when was it that you were wanting me and Megan to come back up again?
The end of July. Because we've got the Dublin Fair going on, and Sarah wants y'all to go to the rodeo with us.
Right.
I try
If
to
you
weasel
want,
Caleb to come with us.
when we try and plan for that,
Mhm.
I can bring my camera and digital recorder and potentially see if we can capture anything.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I don't know where my digital recorder went.
And there's an unfortunate event of this that he's not bringing the rest of the equipment.
That's fine.
It's fine.
I know I'm being a stage bitch. No. Anyway,
My
it's actually,
room is too small to have a lot of equipment in anyway, so.
but Jack, you got anything?
Don't know if it was the drugs or not that I was on, but I saw some crazy stuff outside
That's fair.
of my home.
It happens.
How do I explain this?
Explain it the way you explained it to me. But this is your story. I'm not interjecting.
Uh,
I can
Wait,
more story
you were high
time.
whenever you were explaining it to me. Never mind. Maybe not.
it looked like a woman in white on the road on my way back from her house. Don't know what the fuck it was. But, it freaked me out a little bit because I've heard stories.
Wasn't that like right before you hit the deer?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep.
so here's my question, and of course I've already talked to Adrian about it, and I have yet to ask William, which good thing he's here so that I can ask everybody. Draco, including you, since you're here as special guest, have you ever like gone down the road, especially like during the evening time or kind of like early like nighttime? You ever gone like down a road, or like even with it being like maybe a state road or maybe a small highway or maybe like a country road? You've gone past somewhere or just gone down that road and felt like something was watching you, like felt creeped out.
Surprisingly, no. But when I was younger, our uncle and parents would take us kids one by one out onto a dirt road in the middle of the night, and we had to walk our way home. In that time, it was a long time ago. It did feel like something was watching me. That could have just been animals and other shit, or one of the stories that we were always told. And actually, every Southern, people family should know the story. You ever heard of
Corey's
a
from
snipe?
Indiana, so he's not Southern.
Well,
Yeah.
I lived 6 years. I lived 6 years in Mississippi, if that counts.
there is
Okay,
a
you may know
story called a snipe, or yes, I know it sounds stupid.
No. Snipe hunting is totally BS anyway.
It is, it was just a thing for us kids to get out of the house and go play outside. But I was out on the dirt road in the woods by myself, and I swear to you, up in a tree, it looked like exactly what they described it as.
The hell's the snipe?
Snipe is a mange-bitten raccoon.
No, this was a bird. I always told it was a bird.
I was always told that it looked like a raccoon but had very little fur.
There's different legends about it, and everything's changed every time you hear it.
And it looked like it had the body of a crane, but it's like it had very poofy feathers,
Poofy feathers. That's a new
and like
one.
a long neck.
That sounds like a moa. But moas were more indigenous to New Zealand and Australia than the U.S.
And this was in Oklahoma, like in the backwoods of Oklahoma.
I blame Canada.
So I don't know what I saw. I know it was some type of bird, and to me, I just say, "Oh, that's the snipe." That's what I just saw. Like, I just saw it up in the tree, looking at me, and it just flies away. I'm like, "Huh? Okay then."
Now, going back to my original question, I'm going to change it up a little bit. Have you ever gone down the road and just got instantaneous goosebumps for no fucking reason?
Not around here.
Well, that
Really?
night I almost shit myself, so.
And then you hit a deer.
Well, I mean, Adrian, you're practically going to be related to Adrian in a roundabout way. So, I mean, you shitting yourself's not going to be anything different than what Adrian does.
Look, I thought I was going to hit somebody, and then I ended up hitting a deer instead, and that
Hey.
thing, whatever it was, is gone.
I would rather hit the animal than hit somebody. So,
Yeah, so. But whatever it was, it disappeared.
I do have a story about back roads and seeing stuff. If you want to hear it.
I mean, S.P.I. meeting. Duh.
Okay, so back... I want to say it was back around 2007.
Back in the
Since,
day.
Yeah. It's back before I got let go from Dish Network. Technically I worked the late shift. Worked closing there. Had gotten off work around, I want to say around 10 o'clock. And was on my way home, and I decided to take the back way home.
Take the long way.
So, the back way, it's state roads and everything. But, one of the roads that I was taking goes by a cemetery. Now, I'd already passed the cemetery at this point, and I was going around a curve. And I don't know if it was because I was tired or what, but on the side of the road in this little pull out, I guess you call it pull over, overlook, whatever you want to call it, I saw what looked like the statue of an angel in Technicolor.
Huh.
I stopped. My headlights were shining on it. I could see details clearly. It looked, you know those pictures of the Virgin Mary
Yeah.
where she's holding the heart and has her head tilted down with the little slight smile on it and the veil on her hair and everything like that. It looked like that. I sat there for a couple of minutes. It's like, okay, this is new. When did this get installed? Continued on my way. I was off the next day, so I decided I was going to ride back up there and see if I could find it, see if I could get closer, check more details. I go back to where I thought it was. It's not there. I drove all over that countryside, that area, for 2 hours trying to find that statue and could not find it.
Sounds like a good time.
I then promptly forgot about it until about 6 months ago.
Now,
And
one thing that I highly recommend about cemeteries is, if you ever drive by them, walk by them, ride a bike by them, just close yourself off from it, because things like that do tend to happen. You almost like it's almost like being out in the desert and thinking you see something when you don't actually see anything at all. The amount of energy and the amount of spirits that are in the area can actually cause that kind of thing. Like, hey, yes, there's a statue there, and you go back and it's gone. It can be the whole electromagnetic field or the energy from the spirits. Like, it can cause that sort of stuff to happen.
Well, here's the thing. Like I said, I promptly forgot about it until about 6 months ago. I then started...
Hang on. Somebody just have like somebody talking in the background like a female?
On whose end?
I don't know.
I rubbed my face. I could have bumped my mic.
No, like I heard like a female voice. Came through my headset.
Maybe it's because I'm close to her.
No, like she wasn't talking. I have no idea.
Because I know Sarah's outside.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't have been her, and I think Nanny's in her room. And I can barely hear her in my room when she's in her room.
That's true.
I'll go back and listen to the live stream.
Anyway. So like I said, I promptly forgot about it until about 6 months ago. And then I was just sitting at my computer one day and, oh yeah, I remember that time I saw that statue and couldn't find it again. So I started researching. Turns out there's a lot of people in the county that encountered that statue and then couldn't find it again.
Sounds like an energy coming from somewhere. But
it's possible. I know there's not really any power lines in that area.
Well, it doesn't.
Or if there are, they're up on top of the mountain behind.
Doesn't have to be power lines. You're talking about a cemetery.
The cemetery. Let me think. In relation to that area, the cemetery is about 5 miles back up the road from it. So I guess it's possible.
No, because it's too far away. I don't know. Something energizing has to be placing that. Has to be somebody's energy is attached to that statue some way somehow, and it's displaying. I don't know.
Now,
Could be. Is it displaying on the side of the road? Is it in the middle of the road? Like.
All right. So basically, the way that area of the road is, when you go around the curve, you've got that little turnout. It's roughly about maybe 20 feet wide, I guess, and it butts up to the side of a hill that looks like it's just been carved out. The other side of the road is a sheer drop-off.
Maybe it could be.
Now,
maybe it could be somebody who's lost their life.
Yeah, there have been some wrecks there because it's extremely treacherous in the wintertime when there's snow and ice on the road. And for some odd reason, because we live in the South, people do not know how to drive in the snow.
Arkansas.
I live in Kentucky, and the fucking morons don't know how to drive.
Yeah.
Like when it rains, they do 35. When it snows and ice, they're doing 65.
Yeah. Same here. I'm not trying to brag. The only reason I know how to drive in the snow is because my mom. She works for the state highway department, and she made sure to teach me.
I know how to drive.
She's like, you're not going to be like these idiot drivers out here that I have to pull out of the ditch every other day.
Yep, I learned how to drive.
Apparently his nose.
I know how to drive in it only because I taught myself and had to learn anyway. So, and I taught myself how to drive in it in a vehicle that did not have ABS and did not have tires with traction. So,
Yeah.
anyway, But yeah, that could have been a sign of like someone's death. Like their energy could have been there. Like, hey, this is where part of me is still at. Maybe like maybe something like in a wreck or something, like a personal item that they really really were attached to might be still buried in the ground or something somewhere, and it's trying to show something. I mean, it's a possibility. I've there's documentaries on people seeing stuff like that where they'll see like a person, like maybe like this actually happened not too long ago. I think it was a few years ago, 2018, 2019. I want to say 2018, where this couple kept seeing this little girl standing out in their backyard, but she wouldn't move. Well, they kept seeing her every day or every night or something. However, it was every day. Okay, they kept seeing her. So eventually, what they did is they decided to go outside and dig up that spot where she was standing.
Hmm.
Come to find out, she had been buried in the backyard and buried alive.
Oh, dang.
They started digging and they found her shoes. Like they found feet, bones, the skeleton inside the shoes. So since they called it authorities, matched DNA and all that sort of stuff, and found out that it was the little girl that was buried there. So, I mean, again, it could be possibility. It could be some sort of item that was, in a wreck, somebody who lost their life, and it could have been something that was, a really, attached item for them. And they're like, hey, maybe this is where something's at. You just don't know at this point.
Yeah.
But it is one of those kind of little legend things that, hey, this has happened before in a different kind of situation, but it has happened. So, I mean, it is a good possibility.
Yeah.
Now,
That's honestly, that's what I think's going on. Like, and excuse me. I think because of the amount of wrecks there, I'm not sure how many fatal wrecks have been there. I'd have to go back and look, but since at least the 70s, there have been multiple wrecks there during the wintertime.
right.
I know of. So,
William, you got anything to add?
Not particularly about this situation. I mean, in regards to what you talked about before, is your phone from you?
Mhm.
I do occasionally have a feeling where, like, I was coming up here yesterday, and you talk about having a feeling of somebody watching you. I had that a few times coming up the road, but it's places I'm not familiar with, so I don't know if there's anything to it or not. So,
Yeah, me and him were talking last night. And I was telling him how when last time we went fishing, we went night fishing. On the way there, you kept feeling stuff. On the way back, I kept feeling stuff, and how you had to have me ground you at one point on the way there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And see, and that's the weird thing with me though, is because I feel like my senses and I'm feeling like this being sensitive to the paranormal. I feel like it's growing the older I get, because it seems like whether I'm like at the store or if I'm out walking somewhere or if I'm out on a lake or I'm out somewhere, I always feel like I'm seeing something like out of the corner of my eye, like I'm seeing something like walk or move or something, and then I look and then nothing's there. I don't know if it's just my eyes playing tricks or if it's my sensitivity, like I said, growing, with me as I get older. I don't know, but it seems like my sensitivity is getting more and more, where I feel more and more and I see more and more. Like I'll be literally driving down the road and it looks like somebody, like some sort of figure, just runs across the road, but there's nobody there. And it's really wild because then I have to double take. I'm like, did that just freaking happen? And it drives me nuts because I can't see an actual figure. Like I can't see them like we see each other, but I just see like a tall figure just kind of quickly across the road and done. I can't explain it. Like one instance, and I actually wanted to say this today because of what I actually had to work for a couple hours this morning. Right before I left today, over in one of the departments, there was a board standing up against one of the posts by one of the machines. This board has been sitting there since yesterday morning. Okay, this board has not moved. All of a sudden, right before I was leaving work today, that board fell over off the post.
I mean, I've had experiences at workplaces.
Oh, we have too, especially like O'Reilly Auto Parts, where I used to work at. I'm not gonna say where, but O'Reilly Auto Parts, where I used to work at. Like, we know the place is haunted, and because we can put something somewhere and know that it's there the night when we leave. Well, even sometimes, like, we would even take pictures. We come in the next morning, can't even find the fucking thing. Later on, we go back and start looking. We find it in a completely different aisle, or it's in a different spot, completely in the store than where we had actually originally left it. Or like, there would only be like two of us in there in the morning when we're opening, and we hear like it sounds like somebody's like running around the store, but the store's not even open yet. So,
I mean, on the whole workplace thing, I've had a couple of incidences.
incidences.
You know what I mean. Yeah. English is hard. Where I'd be working and I would look up real quick and it looked like something high up on a beam in the building is poking its head out and then moves back in. And then there's a time where I'm down on the floor and in the corner of my eye, and it was like happened the whole day one day. I was working, packing out, and at the corner of my eye I see like this white figure doing like a jester dance with black eyes and a black smile, just sitting there gesturing like a dance. And every time I go look at it, it would disappear. And it kept doing that the whole day.
I know. Sorry, go ahead.
There's been times where I look at the corner of my eye and I think I see my supervisor or my group leader, and I go to look from the front door. I look, and they're somewhere else. Like they're over the entire side, or they're not even in the building.
Huh.
I know. With me, I used to work at a textile factory. It's called Ames Textiles. And we spooled up the thread that went into making like Kevlar vests, book bags, seat belts, parachutes, that kind of thing.
You can say big words.
Huh?
I said you can say big words.
Yes, I can. I worked 3 to 11. And it was about, I want to say it was about 9 o'clock at night, so we were starting to wind down the night and all that stuff. And Jack's got to put his clove oil on. But I kept seeing something out of the corner of my eye, and it looked like a little girl in a red and black plaid shirt. And I was working there with 2 other women, and one of them came running up to me and she's like, Chrissy, I just saw something. You're not going to believe what I just saw. And I was like, what'd you see? She said, I just saw a little girl run back into the warehouse and she had on a red and black shirt. And I'm thinking, okay. And then the other girl comes running up. She's like, I just saw a little girl in a red and black plaid shirt running through the warehouse. So, us being who we are, knowing that this factory is not in the best part of town, we each grab what was called perns, which are heavy metal pipes covered in rubber and plastic that are used to wrap the thread around. We each grab one, and doofuses that we are, start walking through the plant trying to find this person because we thought somebody done broken in. Never could find anything. So then we did the smart thing and called the authorities. They didn't find anything either except this red and black shirt that we had all 3 seen, laying in the middle of the warehouse on the floor.
Neat.
So either this little girl that we each had seen was a ghost who was carrying a shirt somehow, or we had somebody that had broken into the plant. Needless to say, we refused to work there from 3 to 11 without at least 2 more people.
Chrissy.
And at least one of them had to be
I was going to say
a male.
Chrissy,
So,
is there any kind of like insect flying around in your room?
there's probably a gnat or something. You seen something fly in front of my camera?
Wait, besides you?
I mean, Jack's beside of me.
No, the other side.
No,
Of
on
you.
your other side.
Oh, on this side?
Oh, so you saw it too, Draco?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, it came up from behind her and then came down and like turned toward like her keyboard. I guess you can say, like turning to go in
It
front of her.
came down your right side, over your ear, and then down past and away from your shoulder.
Yeah,
I mean, like I said, I've had a
Looks like a
couple of
freaking
gnats in here, but
it looked like a light orb.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can
It
tell.
looked
You.
like you caught an anomaly.
Did you see it? I
I
did.
thought you'd be able. To,
Kilroy's back.
I thought you'd be able to tell if it was a
Because
gnat.
I've been focusing on your camera, trying on my phone to see if I can see something walk past your door again, and I caught it. And so I was like, okay,
Yeah,
is that a bug or is that an anomaly?
I guess he wants in on the conversation.
No, I mean,
I've been trying to
feel
watch.
free to join in if you want to.
I've been trying to watch all the streams. Like I've been trying to watch because I've got the living room open here. But I can't see that. I had to watch out of on the camera, but I've been trying to watch Draco's and your guys' like.
I'm kind of sad William's no longer wearing his butterfly wing headband.
Yeah, you got the Vegeta hair, or hairline going too, buddy, just like me.
Yeah, I've been watching everybody's camera to see if
What, mother?
I didn't
Mom
hear
says
what
that
he
was.
said.
Mom said that was just fucking weird, and not. Hang on, I'm gonna mute my side real quick. Hang on just a second. What, mother?
I mean, I don't
Mother.
really the feeling I get, like I said before earlier, mostly
hell did you
comes
do
from
what?
back there near the bedrooms and bathroom. Like mostly in the bathroom.
Mother.
You need to do dishes, dude.
I
Yeah.
know.
Well, I heard you say that's fucking weird, but what's fucking weird?
You don't see nothing.
Just to say, Draco, that means I'm gonna make you pay me in 40mm rounds. Fallout 76.
I don't have that.
You're gonna make some.
I don't even think I have that. Well, no, might be there. I don't know.
Yeah, we hear it on the. live
Here's
stream
another
a lot.
thing. I have a mirror here in the living room that's
on
like
the- it's on the-
facing toward the front
It's
door.
on the. It's on the live stream. We don't know. We have to-
And ever since I came in here, I'm like, that's weird. And so I asked one of the Hispanic ladies that I work with, that we were talking about the paranormal. I mentioned it, and she's like, "Oh, that's something that Hispanic people do to capture any negative energy or anything that might come in." So it sees itself in the mirror and it gets locked away in it, I guess. Then there was one in my bedroom when I first showed up that was pointing toward where my bed was. And I was like, hell no. I put that down. I put that on the top shelf of the closet and laid it down. I ain't having that. I ain't having a potential portal being faced at me while I sleep.
Sir. But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the meeting short here. I actually am gonna say one more thing real quick. I do actually have Octagon Hall paid for. They had a basement flood. They had a main line break or something in their basement, whatever. So they got some construction stuff going on in their basement right now. So our investigation there is on hold until I hear back from them saying, hey, we're clear to get you scheduled and all that sort of stuff. So it is in the works to get us into Octagon Hall. It's just a waiting game until they get their construction stuff done. Once it's done, we will be getting an investigation. I will let everybody know when we will be actually getting into Octagon Hall so that we can go and do our, what did I say, 16-hour investigation. No, it's from 3:30 in the afternoon until 6 in the morning. So, yeah, 15 hours. So, yeah, it'll be a 15-hour overnight investigation. We'll have reign of the property, and we'll also have reign of the building. So, and nobody will be there except, one of, the managers or something there that, let us in and out or whatever to do stuff like that. So, it is in the works, guys. So, and I actually was hoping with with me, William, and Adrian wearing our shirts out today, I was hoping maybe to get some attention to the group. Didn't necessarily happen. I also did find out that the company that I was going to order my business cards from, they are back in stock, so I will be ordering business cards. I'll be getting those ordered here probably tonight, and hopefully getting them in the next week. I will send them. I will send them out to everybody so that people can hand out cards and and reach out or spread the word of S.P.I to everybody, and we can start getting some investigations flowing. Chrissy, Jack, since you guys aren't, since you haven't moved back, we're talking about moving back here or whatever. I'm actually thinking about letting you guys take the reign of I'm actually thinking about spreading the group out. You guys take control of the Virginia group, or what they call the Virginia chapter. I will be the head of the Kentucky chapter. That way you guys can kind of get the word spread over there. You guys can go do investigations and whatnot. If you do, please send me like any kind of photos, videos, audio. That way I can kind of take a look out with it, take a look at it and, kind of go over it as well. And that way we can do some comparisons with it. So, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and cut this short. My head's actually starting to hurt a little bit. I'm actually going to go lay down and relax for a little bit. I do actually have some errands that I need to run with these two fucking goofy morons right here. We got to go actually back to town. I got to fix the reverse light in his truck, and I got to go pick up another hammer for working on my bedroom. So, guys, with that being said, appreciate everybody joining. Chrissy, Jack, appreciate you guys always joining. Like always, Draco, awesome. Pleasure having you with us on the stream as well.
Thank you for having me.
If you have any further questions, any kind of further, anything you want to talk about, that kind of comes to your mind, do not hesitate to message me. You have me on Discord. You can message me anytime, day or night. If I don't answer at night times because I'm sleeping, I do end up having to be up at like 5:30, 6 o'clock to go to work.
Wow.
So, but if you have any concerns, questions, any kind of thing you want to kind of bring up, like I said, feel free to message me. I will definitely answer you, give you any kind of input that I have for you. Okay.
Alright.
All right, guys. So appreciate you joining. Please share us with your friends and family. If you're local to Kentucky, the Southern Indiana, Southern Ohio, Southern Illinois area, please let us know. If you know anybody that needs any help with the investigation, with the paranormal side of things, please give us a shout out. You can either do it
If you're
here.
in Virginia, let me and Jack know.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna plug the email address for S.P.I down here in the description, guys. That way, if you have any questions, concerns, or any kind of, if you need to contact us for anything with help with the paranormal, you can do that as well. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm just gonna bring it up real quick. I'm gonna say it on here as well. Then I'll just type it in here in a little bit. It is S.P.I investigator or at investigations47@gmail.com. I will repeat that: S.P.I investigations47@gmail.com. Send us an email if you have any concerns about the paranormal. We'll be glad to help you out. Anything locally within 2 hours is all free. Anything outside of that, sorry guys, but fuel is fuel and it's expensive right now. So we got to charge for it. You guys, with that being said, appreciate everybody joining. I hope everybody has a great weekend. I know I'm having a great weekend because, like I said, I got these two goofballs with me. Guys, appreciate you joining again. Like, subscribe, leave a couple comments if you got anything you want to kind of bring up in the chats. Other than that, guys, I got one thing to say. Keep it ghostly. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.